Right now, Jurassic World Rebirth is doing well at the box office with the #1 spot, but next week it's going to have a challenger with James Gunn's Superman movie, and the director has been kind of on a marathon promotional tour for this movie, giving interviews and trying to draw as much attention to it as possible in the lead up to the release of the movie. However, with all these interviews that he's doing, with all the statements that he's made in regards to this movie, some of the stuff he said has not really been that good, and it's actually been drawing negative attention towards this movie. A couple of days ago, he made a statement saying a lot of the criticism online could just be from some 12-year-old from India or something like that. Something that sparked a lot of backlash. But to me, I don't think that's really that big of a deal. I mean, I know what he was trying to say in the context of the interview. He was basically trying to say it's just some random person on the other side of the world. He just happened to chose India. And then it just kind of sparked backlash as a result of it. But now he's making some other statements in regard to his movie that I think might be a little bit more divisive towards Americans, because America is supposed to be a huge market for this movie. And some of the statements that he's making, I think, can only serve to alienate large portions of the audience, something that they can't really afford to do for a movie with a budget of this size. James Gunn says Superman is about an immigrant that came from other places and how we've lost the value of basic human kindness. Yes, it's about politics. Now, making a movie about politics is pretty much, I'm not saying it's a hot button issue. It's something that you just shouldn't do, because that's something a lot of people try to avoid actively when it comes to their entertainment that they're spending good money on. Because whenever you go on social media, whenever you turn on the TV, everything has to be about politics, or it seems like everything is about politics. And a lot of people, if they're going to spend good money to go watch something in theaters, they want to have that form of escapism. And the last thing that they want is to be reminded of current day politics while watching a movie, whether they agree with the message or disagree with the message. It's something that I think most studios should avoid if they're trying to appeal to a general audience. And when you're making a movie with a budget like Superman, you need to appeal to that general audience, and making it overtly political or having the director say it's overtly political is not really a smart move. In his Sunday profile with the Times of London, the DC studio head went deep on the themes and ideas that drive his highly anticipated Superman. He explained that the superhero epic encompasses the story of America, and at a basic level is about a man searching for a better life away from his original home. I mean, it's not really he didn't really search for a better life away from his home. I mean, Superman was sent to Earth as a baby. I mean, he didn't have a choice in the matter, but okay, I mean, I'll grant what he's saying right there. I mean, if he's saying it's about the origins of America and that people came over here from the old world in order to try to make a better life for themselves, if he's going to try to say that that's what Superman's like, okay, fine. I mean, I'll at least hear him out at this, if that's what his argument is. I mean, Superman is the story of America, Gunn explained, an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something we have lost. Now, it's in this statement that leads me to believe that it's more getting into modern days politics, because in the US, I'm sure most people are aware, especially if you're an American watching this, immigration is a hot button issue, especially when it comes to the difference between legal and illegal immigration and stuff like that. A lot of people in Hollywood have taken the position that they like illegal immigrants coming over and other things like that. So when James Gunn says this is about an immigrant coming to America, it leads a lot of people to believe that, okay, is he just going to be pushing some type of political agenda, something that a majority of the country voted against last December. Gunn acknowledged that the movie's themes may be interpreted differently across political groups, especially considering the current nationwide unrest around immigration. However, Gunn stands by the ideals embedded in Superman and added that he doesn't care if anyone takes offense. Yes, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness, and obviously there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it is about kindness, but screw them, he said. Now, I don't really get how he's saying it's about human kindness and it's also about immigration. To me, those are two different statements here, but he's trying to almost tie them together, which I don't get how he's doing that, but I think he's trying to say allowing immigration is just basic human kindness, and if you don't like that, then you're a bad person. Maybe that's what he's going for. I could be wrong on this one. Comment below if you think you have a better explanation of what he's trying to say here. he continued, yes, it's about politics, but on another level, it is about morality. Do you never kill no matter what, which is what Superman believes, or do you have some balance as Lois believes? It's really about their relationship and the way different opinions on basic moral beliefs can tear two people apart. Okay, so that's pretty much the rest of it. I might as well just finish the article right here. Superman, which releases July 11th, stars David Cornsweet. Man, okay, so you get the idea. That's it's just kind of wrapping up the article. But the whole thing where he's saying it's about politics and that it's about basic human kindness and other things like that in regards to immigration, and that's what he's putting in his movie. I think that's not really the smartest thing in the world to actually say in the lead up to the release of it, because like I said, this is a movie that needs to have huge general audience appeal. And when you're saying stuff like this, I think the only thing that it'll actually do is basically alienate people in the audience, because let's just say he's just kind of, this is how he personally interprets it. And that's not necessarily present within the movie itself. It's just how he personally envisioned it. I still think it's not really a smart move to put it in there, because one thing that you hear a lot about when it comes to movies when they're released is when people are leaving theaters or when they're talking about it on social media afterwards, a lot of people will mention like, hey, there's no politics or anything like that in this movie, or I didn't see anything political in this movie, so it's safe to go see and expect a form of escapism when you go and watch it. But now that he made a statement like this, even if there's none of this stuff in the movie very overtly, people will be like, yeah, I didn't necessarily see it, but James Gunn himself did say that it was there. So even if I didn't personally witness it, I'm still gonna say it's a political movie because James Gunn himself said it's a political movie. And as I said earlier in this video, people don't want to be lectured to when they're watching a movie, even if they agree with the messaging. I mean, there's some people who want to watch something just because it's pushing the agenda that they personally agree with, but more times than not, people just want to be entertained by something and see an interesting story unfold. And if you're telling them that it's going to have messaging within the movie before they even go and see it, well, then that's already kind of getting off on the wrong foot. Right now, when it comes to the box office projections, we've heard some decent figures. We've heard the figures get revised down. We've heard them get revised up. So far, the audience reaction to this movie has been kind of middle of the road. I would say they're just taking a wait and see approach, because there hasn't been a whole lot of hostility from the majority of people online. There's been some of that, especially from Zack Snyder fans. But a majority of people, I think, are just kind of hesitant to accept this movie, and they're not necessarily willing to run out and see it during its opening weekend. I believe that it's possible that more people are waiting for the word of mouth. Like if it comes out after the opening weekend and people say that the movie is actually really good, then I think you're going to see a strong box office hold for this movie. If the movie turns out to be bad, then I think you're going to see a big box office drop during the following weeks, especially when Fantastic Four comes out 2 weeks after this movie does. But now I think James Gunn saying this adds a whole new level to everything, because even if the movie turns out to be good, or if it has strong word of mouth, there's going to be some people be like, well, yeah, but James Gunn saying it's political and he's putting political statements in it. I don't want to watch it even if the audience says it's good. So only thing it really serves to do is alienate or risk alienating people in the audience. And even if it's not necessarily a huge portion of the audience, for a movie with a budget like this, they can't afford to lose anyone, because I've made previous videos talking about it where it probably needs to make like $1 billion if the reported budgets for this of being over $360 million turn out to be true, which according to the tax filings, that's actually the case for. So this is just kind of a bad sign all around for James Gunn to make a statement like this. And like I said, I understand why he would say something like this, because he's talking a lot about the movie. He might speak without necessarily thinking through the ramifications of what he's saying. But I think what he said right there is just going to ultimately hurt the movie. I don't think it's going to be people out there saying like, well, I didn't want to watch Superman because I thought it was going to be neutral, but since I know it's going to have a political agenda to it, now I want to go watch it. I think there's some people out there like that, but I think more often than not, it's going to be alienating people who would otherwise be predisposed to go see it. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with the latest entertainment news. And don't forget to click that like button and share this video out there, because it really helps out with the channel. Thank you.